Hi, I'm Dave Walsh, I'm from Sporting Communities, and this is my top 10 family games in the park. First safety tip is to find open space, free of obstructions, somewhere you can remain eye contact with the children. Okay, second safety tip is sort out your boundaries. Okay, you can use the natural environment, so you might use trees or things like that to mark out your area. You can buy cones, these cost around £10 to £15, or you can use your t-shirts and jumpers like these to also mark out your area. Okay guys, another safety tip is know your game. So if you are playing games like hide and seek, make sure you know the area well, as you don't want to lose your child. Also games like wheelbarrow races and things like that, there is a risk of your child falling over onto their faces and really hurting themselves. So again, think about those sort of games. And again, we want to discourage children playing on the roads, so avoid games like Kirby and those sort of ball games on the main. So now I'm going to explain the rules of tag and different variations of tag. Ben here to help me. First one is just going to be normal basic tag. So if I'm on, I'm going to tag Ben and make sure we don't hit them too hard. We're not slapping them, this little tap on the shoulder or back. Now Ben is on and he's going to get me back. And again guys, make sure you create your boundaries and stick into your space. Next game of tag is going to be toilet flush. So if I tag Ben and I'm on, Ben goes down to one knee. To free Ben, someone's going to come and sit on his knee and flush the toilet. Okay, and he's now free and back into the game. The last one is going to be bib collector. So you don't have to use bibs, you can use items of clothing. Just tuck them in to the side of your shorts. And again, if I'm on, I've got to pull this from Ben to get him out of the game, and he also might want to help collect the bibs after.
Okay, so this game is going to be called Dog and Bone. What we need for this is two teams, and we're going to use the boundary natural environment around us. So Dave's going to come onto this imaginary line coming out of the wall here, and I'm going to do the same on this side. Okay. You'll need a ball or some sort of object to play this game, and what we're going to do is we're going to put that in the centre of the two teams. What we'll do then is we're going to name our teams, our players, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on how many you've got, and the same on this side, 1, 2, 3, 4. As there's only two of us today, we're just going to do both number 1. When you shout that number out then, so number 1, the player's going to come into the middle, try and pick the ball up, and take it back to their safety zone. If they do that, they get a point. If the ball comes back to the middle then, okay. How we can steal points from it is if we shout again, number 1, if Dave comes out to get the ball, if I can get to him and tag him before he gets back to his safety zone, then I will steal that point.
So this is one of the games of cats we like to play called Chipped, Cracked and Broken. And how it works is if we've got a few people in a circle, so we're going to obviously pretend we've got more people today. If I throw the ball to Ben and Ben miscatches it, Ben loses an arm. Okay, if Ben doesn't catch it again, he then goes down on one knee. If Ben doesn't catch it again, he's going to try and catch it with his chin. It's very difficult. Okay, if Ben were to catch it with his chin, he would then gain all his lives and stand back up. If Ben has lost a life and he has one arm behind his back and he catches it, he gains that life back. Okay, so the person who loses all their lives first, that's who's out.
Okay, so next we're going to go through some skipping. We like to do double dutch. Because we're indoors, we've got a rubber coated skipping rope, but if you're outside, you might want to go for one of the harder coated plastic ones, which are a lot more hard wearing and don't snap. So what we're going to do is we're going to take an end each, and all we're going to do is nice and gently is do some rotations with the skipping rope. What you can do then is you can have family members starting in the middle and doing different things, doing different challenges. So you might want to say spin around or touch the floor. You can even sing games together.
So this is a game called MIME CHERADES, and how I play this game is I'm going to be it and I'm going to come up with an action. For example, we're going to pretend we've got 3 family members here. So Ben is one of my family members. The first person I'm going to show the action to. So for example, I'm going to do hula hooping. So I tap Ben on the shoulder, do my action, we don't speak. Okay, Ben see my action, he's now going to copy me and pass that on to the next family member. Okay. Okay, so I'm the last family member, so now I've got to guess Elvis Presley.
Okay, so this indoor game is called Keys to the Castle. Okay, so David, or whoever your family member is that starts on, they're going to be blindfolded in the middle. If you haven't got a blindfold, you can just cover your eyes and just make sure that everyone's being honest. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put our house keys or car keys underneath the chair. That is our castle, okay? Everybody else then sits around that person, okay? And between you decide who it is that's going to go and have a go at storming the castle first. So if I get picked, I'm going to try and sneak all the way around that family member back to where I started. And if I do that, I can have a go at trying to get the keys there. If I do that, I will swap places and be the person in the middle. Okay? If, as I'm going around, I make a loud noise and David points at me, then that means that I go back to where I was sat and another family member can have a go. But you've only got 3 points if you're in the chair, in the castle.
Right guys, this is a game called Wink Murder. So how we play is you have one murderer and you have one detective. So Kitty's going to come in and be our detective. She has to try and guess who the murderer is. Now if you're going to get people out of the game, you've got to wink at them, but do it very discreetly, otherwise you're going to be caught out.
It's you.
Okay, so another game we like to play is Giants, Wizards and Elves. And it's similar to rock, paper, scissors. Before we get into how to play the game, let's go through the actions, what you guys need to make. So, if you are picking a giant, you need to stand up tall, rah, and your arms come up in the air. If you're a wizard, you do a zap, okay? And if you're an elf, you crouch down and put your fingers by your ears, okay? Let's go through who beats who then. So the wizards can beat the giants, because the giants are big, and the wizards can zap them. The elves can beat the wizards because they're very quick. Okay, and the giants can squish the elves because they're very big and tiny. Okay guys, so again you need to decide where our boundaries are and use our open space. This is going to be our centre point for the purpose of this game, so we have this line and this line. In your teams you need to decide who you're going to be. So I would go back to my safety zone which is over there, and Ben would go back to his safety zone which is over there. Decide which character you're going to be. Come up to the centre line, which is these 2 lines here. Don't discuss who you're going to be. Make your actions. 3, 2, 1. Wizards! I beat Ben, so what I'm going to do now, I'm going to chase him back to his safety zone, tag him before he can get back. If I tag him, he's then on my team. So this is a game called Death Valley, and those at sporting communities love this game. Object of the game is you've got to make it to the other side without getting hit with the ball. There are some safety rules, so headshots do not count. Anywhere below the head does count. If you get hit before you're crossing, you join them as a thrower. So you have a thrower this side where Ben is, and you have a thrower on the opposite side as well. If you can see the cones here, Ben will say something specific I'm wearing for me to cross. There might be a few family members over here, and mum or dad might be throwing the ball, for example. So if Ben says to me,
anyone wearing blue?
I'm wearing blue. I have now been hit, so I'll join Ben as a thrower. Alright guys, so this is a game called Capture the Flag. Now this game is quite tricky and there are a lot of rules to it, so we do need to listen carefully, okay? So, one team is going to be based this side and one team is going to be based this side. We have a line in the centre. You're safe in your own half. As soon as you cross that line, you can be caught. So if you get caught, the other team will take you to the prison. Now I know if everything's really miniature and things are going to look a lot bigger when you guys play this in your open space. Okay? The object of this game is to run across the other side, get in your enemy's flag base and capture the flag. Okay? This team cannot tag me whilst I am in the safety zone where their flag is. I've then got to run back to my zone without getting caught and put the flag into our base, and that's when we get a point. You can free your teammates if they're in prison. So for example, if Ben is in prison and Ben is on my team, I can run across, tag Ben, bring him back to my side, and he's back into the game.